and welcome to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation by Ambeka Prasad Research Foundation. So today we will talk about on our ongoing work on Nandankanan Botanical Garden, especially on Orchidarium. So first, the Orchidarium is also in the State Botanical Garden, and one more thing is that there are some of the orchid species that are some are cultivated, or you can say no, in means not our wild orchids, and some are other orchids are available. So today I will talk about some of the orchid species that are available in Nandankanan Botanical Garden, and from that I have also given the flowering period of when it will be seen in the which season. So let's get started. So the present study highlight on the how many orchids are available in orchidarium. So total 64 orchid species are there. Some are terrestrial and some are epiphytic. So these are the list of total 64 species of orchid. Then move to our next slide. Then comes to our Acampa ocraceae. So Acampa ocraceae is an epiphytic orchid, and you can see there are variety of Acampa species are available in India and in Odisha, but in wildly you will only see Acampa pramosa mainly because it has a very good population in Odisha, and Acampa ocraceae is also available but at some specific part of Odisha. So this will not get been has a not has a good population as Acampa pramosa, and its flowering period is from February to April. So if you visit the orchidarium of Nandankanan Botanical Garden at the time of February to April, you will see this particular orchid species. And one more thing is that many other spiders and insect also pollinate this. So you can, if you have any interest over orchid, then you can visit to Nandankanan Botanical Garden and get to identify and get to know about the orchid that are available there. So then we move to our next slides. Then comes to our Cymbidium bicolor. So Cymbidium bicolor is an epiphytic orchid, and it is also very not widely seen in wild. At some specific reason you will see this Cymbidium bicolor. So in wild you will see Cymbidium aloifolium. So in our previous slide on Cymbidium species in India, that in that video I have talked about on Cymbidium aloifolium and bicolor, and some subspecies are available in India. So mainly the flowering period is from February to April, and in this if you want any how you can distinguish from aloifolium to bicolor, so these are the very good place where you can identify with the color variation, and some minute details are there that you can that it can help you to identify the Cymbidium bicolor species. Then move to our next slide. Then comes to our Dendrobium aphyllum. So Dendrobium aphyllum is an epiphytic orchid, and you can also see that the flowering period is from February to October. So if you visit in February, October, and in March also, you can see this orchid flowering till now, and this is also in wild, it is also it can be seen. So it is in wild species also it is available. Then move to our next slide. Then come to our Dendrobium enceps. So Dendrobium enceps is an epiphytic orchid, and it has a very unique type of morphology is there. You can see from every Dendrobium species, this specific Dendrobium enceps has a very the leaf arrangement, and the leaves are attached to the main substratum, is what makes it different from other Dendrobium species, and the flower is very small in size, and the flowering period is from November to April. But in some cases you can also see this in now it is also flowering, so in February, March and April you can also see this flowering. Then comes to our one of the terrestrial orchid, that is Ludicea discolor. So Ludicea discolor is a terrestrial orchid, and the flowering period is from February to March. So after the without flowering it is very difficult to identify because of the leaf variation, because in this the leaf is somewhat similar to many jewel orchids are there that are the common name, so you will get misidentified by this. So before after flowering you can only identify the specific species. So this is the Ludicea discolor. Then move to our next one. Then comes to our fire stankervilli. So fire stankervilli is a terrestrial orchid, and it is one of the, you can say, largest, or you can say it has a uh, as per compared to other terrestrial species of orchid, fire stankervilli is one of the largest in terrestrial part, and the flowering period is from January to March. So it has a very aromatic, or you can say very aromatic character, that in Orchidarium at the time of February, March and April you will encountered with the aromatic aroma of this particular species. So it has a very good amount of economical and ecological aspects also. Then move to our next slide. So if we are talking about orchidarium, so that is very much important that the good population of wild species should be there. So this is one of the good population that are available in Odisha. So this is Vanda tessellata. So it is an epiphytic orchid, and it has a very good amount of ecological and economical aspects, and also it also has a medicinal aspects also. And the flowering period is from June to July. So you can see it is also there in the orchidarium, so you can also witness this. Then comes to our Dendrobium nobile. So Dendrobium nobile is an epiphytic orchid, and the flowering period is from February to March. So in this specific time of period you can also see this beautiful orchid, and you can also get to identify that how Dendrobium nobile is looked. So there are some other Dendrobium species which has some similar character, or you can say similar flower pattern is there in Dendrobium other species. So what makes it different from nobile and other characters? So this is the best way you can identify this. Then how the nobiles looks and what are the characteristics of it. Then comes to our Dendrobium chrysanthemum. Dendrobium chrysanthemum is an epiphytic orchid, and one more thing is that it has a very unique type of characteristics, like is that one is there, it is yellowish in color, mean the lip and the sepals and petals are purely yellow in color. And one more thing is that at the main substratum you can see at each base of flower inflorescence part there is a white structure is there that is protruding from the main substratum, as you can see in this particular photo I have given. So these are some of the character of Dendrobium chrysanthemum, and there are also Dendrobium other species are there which are very similar to chrysanthemum, but it has a very much different from one another. So this is one way you can identify it by matching both the Dendrobium species, you can get to know. So as I have told that in Dendrobium chrysanthemum, and one more thing is Dendrobium densiflorum. So it is very much similar, but what makes it different is the somewhat the sepals and petals coloring pattern, and at the main substratum and the leaf structure is very much different, and the flowering period is from February to April. Then comes to our Smithinandia micrantha. Smithinandia micrantha is an epiphytic orchid, and the flower is very much means smaller in size. So you have to in the wild you have to first look through it very thoroughly. So you will not get misunderstood by any other species. So this one is Smithinandia micrantha, and the flowering period is from June to August, and it is an epiphytic orchid. Then move to our next orchid species. So thank you for watching. Hope you will like this video. And these are some of the main orchids that are available in Orchidarium, or you can say Orchid House at Nandankanan Botanical Garden. So you can also visit and get to know some of others orchid species are there. So these are for all. So thank you for watching.